The remaining days of this March will be about traditional wears because the schools are on to cultural days. I don't know about your side, but for my side is cultural day, cultural day, and my children are in different groups. So today we'll be making the one for your Yoruba, that the top they wear. I don't know what it's called, but let's go into the video. So the first thing I did is to mark a straight line to serve as our starting point, and from there I'll go ahead and mark the full length of this top. I don't know what it's called. I don't think it's called abada, no. In fact, I don't know what it's called, but you guys saw it on the thumbnail. So I marked the full length, and you know that this kind of top, Yoruba attire, is not short. It's supposed to be towards the knee. It's supposed to extend towards the knee. So once we mark that, we are going to go ahead and mark half of our shoulder measurement, and for mine is 5.5. and my child is 5 years old. And then from that 5.5, I'm going to go ahead and mark the sleeve length, which is also which is 5 inches. I'm cutting the sleeve together with the top, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So for the armhole depth, normal armhole depth is supposed to be 5.5, but because I don't want it to be fitted, I am marking at 6.5. If you want it to be more free, please increase your armhole depth. And then I marked my half length, because we know we have to include the waist measurement, because sometimes the tummy is bigger than the chest at this their age. So that's why we are marking our half length. So once I am done connecting this line, we are going to go ahead and mark our neckline. And for my front neckline, I am marking at 2 inches by 2 inches. And this depends on the age of your child. So I'll go ahead and give it a round neck. If you want a tutorial on senator wear for children, it's on my channel already. I'll put it in the description box. Please check it out. It's very detailed and informative. Then I'll go ahead and insert my bust measurement divided by 4. I'll make a mark there, and I'll add 2 inches for ease, and then 1 inch for stitching allowance, or let's say our stitching allowance will be added while cutting it out, but just know that I added just 1. So this 2 inches for ease is because when you look at this style, you see that it's not fitted. So you do what works for you, how fitted or loose you want it to be. And I will repeat the same process for my waist divided by 4 plus 2 inches stitching allowance. Then at the hem area, I am marking the hip measurement divided by 4, and then I also add 2 inches stitching allowance. And then I'll go ahead and connect this line coming from the waist all the way to the hem of this top. So once I am done with this, I'll make sure I curve in my armhole very well, because you don't want to have it looking somehow, that area. Then for my shoulder slope, I am going down by 0.5 inches, and then I'll go ahead and connect this to our neckline. So once I am done with this, at that shoulder slope line that we just marked, I'll be coming down by 1 inch from there. You will see what we are going to be doing with this. So I'll come down by 1 inch, and then I'll connect this line, and that's basically all for the front bodice. We are going to go ahead and cut this out. If you haven't subscribed up to this moment, please do wait to subscribe to my channel, join the family. Please watch my ads, share my videos to family and friends, and give me a thumbs up if you find value in this video. So once I am done, you have transferred the front pattern to another one, and you can see at the beginning of the pattern I have extra inches there, so that we can be able to include that 1 inch that we cut out, and every other part will be the same. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that 1 inch. You know, that 1 inch you took out from the front, we are going to go ahead and replace it at the back. You're going to see how it's going to come out at the end of this video. Then I'll extend the neckline upward to meet that 1 inch that we just marked. And at this point, I made a mistake of cutting the neckline the same. Please do well to measure your neckline. Your back neckline should be around 1 inch for the back neckline. I hope you understand this or remember this. So I've got ahead to cut this out on my pattern paper, and I added stitching allowance to it, to my seam side, and then 1/2 inch to my neckline and my, in fact, I added allowance everywhere that needed allowance. So I'll go ahead and make a mark at the center of the front bodice, and then I'll go ahead and mark at that center. I'll be marking 1/2 inch on both sides of it. So from the center that I just marked, I'll mark 1/2 inch on both sides. I'll keep marking it till I get to the end of the measurement, and what I have there is about 9 inches. So I'll just mark a line straight to know where the 9 inches ended, and then I'll slant it. See the way I am slanting it into the center line I just marked. Please do well to slant it. By the time I cut it out, you will see what I meant by slanting it. So I'll go ahead and cut this from that center. I am cutting from the center line that I marked first. Then I'll cut the reason for marking that 1/2 inch on both sides, so that when you want to cut this slanted area, you will know where to stop. So that's the reason. So once you are done cutting it, this is what you are going to be, this is what you are going to have. So let's continue with it. So we are going to go ahead, and what we are trying to do is to just make a placket for this top. And this is my easiest way of making my own placket. There are other ways of making it, especially when you want to make for men, or a professional way of making it for men, you know, when they want to make their senator wear, blah blah blah. But for me, this is what I do. So I cut out a fabric of about when you fold it into two, is about 1.5 inches. Then I folded 1/2 inch inward, just like I showed you guys. So I'll go ahead and place this top in between the fabric that I just cut out, and I'll top stitch it all the way from one end to the other, just like you see me show you guys. So I'll go ahead and top stitch this all the way straight, just the way you see me holding it. So this is it after I was done top stitching it. You can see how it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and arrange this piece well. So once I am done arranging it, this is what we have. So I'll go ahead and stitch on this thing, on that area that you see me pointing at, the V place, and then the center area. So this is it after I was done stop stitching it. You can see how it came out. It's looking good and it's not so stressful. But if you want a more professional way, please do well to do the normal way. But for me, this is how I do my. So the next thing I did is to cut out all the excesses at that at that neckline, and this is what we have. By the time you attach your button or whatever you want to attach, it will lay flat and comes out well. So the next thing I'm doing is to bring in the back bodice, and then I'll go ahead and do front facing front. In fact, at this point I didn't notice that I made a mistake on the neckline, but anyway, I continue. So once I was done stitching it down, you can see I'll pull this down to meet the hem area, so that you guys can see how it looks at that shoulder area we changed. So this is what it looks like. You can see it coming towards the front, like just like you want to make a senator wear. So once I am done with that, I'm going to go ahead and hem the armhole. I'll repeat the same process for the other armhole. Once I am done, I'll arrange the same side and then stitch it down by the allowance I added. So this is it after I was done. You can see it's coming out so well. The next thing I will do is to hem the top. I'm going to go ahead and hem this, but on the second thought, I'm going to loose this up and make it have a slit. I think I would prefer it with slit, but for now, let's continue with the video. You can leave yours this way, or you can just attach slit, just like I said earlier. And the video on my senator will show you a detailed video on how to do it. So I just measured my neckline and then I cut out a straight fabric for it. I'll go ahead and place this at the back side of this top. I'll stitch it all the way around. So let me hold it with my pin and then I will explain further before going to my machine. Once I am done stitching it down, I'll turn it to the right side and then fold in the end of it. By the time you are stitching it, please make sure there is excess at the end, and then I'll fold over again and then fold over again. In fact, this is just the simplest way of piping this, or you can just do it like you want to make a halter neck, and I'm going to add a video on that halter neck in my description box. Please check it out, it's very informative. So once I am done, this is it, and that's all for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you do. If you haven't subscribed up to this moment, please do well to subscribe to my channel, join the family, and the tutorial of every other cultural wears are coming up, and I hope you find value in this, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.